Dubai, we have a number of facilities which are ideally catered to those larger Indian celebrations, whether it be weddings, lifetime moments like big birthdays, etc. And what we're finding now is that some of our newer hotels are becoming incredibly popular for those weddings as well.
And this year has been a great year for us as well. We've seen a new appetite for travelers. Maldives is a very top destination, so there is an increased demand for Maldives globally, and particularly from Indian market as well.
So Jumeirah Towers as a hotel is iconic. I've been in the region for 22 years. So many towers have come over the years, but Jumeirah Towers architectural design does keep attracting. So when you go on the Sheikh Zayed Road in Dubai, you cannot miss Jumeirah Towers hotel.
What to really expect when you go to a Jumeirah hotel to stay?
Absolutely. So the Jumeirah Hotel brand was born in Dubai. We're 25 years old this year. We're known for our iconic hotels in Dubai. The brand started 25 years ago with Jumeirah Beach Hotel, and one of the most interesting aspects of Jumeirah Beach Hotel is its architecture and design. It's very well known on the skyline of Dubai with this iconic wave-shaped design. After we opened Jumeirah Beach Hotel, we then opened Burj Al Arab Jumeirah, which is known as one of the world's most luxurious hotels with its billowing sail-type architecture. So generally, the one thing I can say with confidence is that whichever Jumeirah hotel you go to, whether it's in Dubai or equally around the world, is that we have attributes which we're very well known for around design and architecture. So we have a real passion for that, and so any of the hotels that we open, there's always an element of architecture and design in the experience. The second element that is very important to us, and we believe is one of the critical components to an enriched stay experience within our hotels, is the quality of the dining experiences. So we have a very, very high level of focus on making sure that not only do we have a diverse range of dining options for our customers, but also that we have the highest quality of experience when it comes to dining.
Great. So which segment of Indian traveler are you eyeing?
So over the last 25 years, we've become very, very well known by the India traveller coming to Dubai. Those customers who come to Dubai very regularly, and they're very familiar with Dubai, and they tend to be the more discerning luxury leisure traveller. And so we're focusing now on growing the brand outside of Dubai. And so one of the things we want to do, and one of the objectives of this visit to India, is to make sure we expand our knowledge of the Jumeirah hotels that are more on a global basis now. We've expanded, so 12 hotels in Dubai, 25 hotels across 8 different countries, and so what we'd like to do is start to introduce those properties to the Indian customer where they may not think about a Jumeirah hotel. So locations, for example, like in Italy, the beautiful island of Capri. We have an iconic hotel in Capri which is called the Capri Palace, and I would really encourage somebody to travel to Capri and experience the island of Capri, and they may not think about a Jumeirah hotel being in that location. So that's one of the reasons why we're here on this trip.
So what is your basic strategy to let people know about what all is going on there?
We are working not only with a number of different publications that help to raise the awareness of the Jumeirah brand and our Jumeirah properties to the Indian consumer, but we're also working with a number of different travel professionals and travel planners. So the strategy for us is around the educational component. So we realize that when customers are choosing to travel, they're making a significant decision around where they're going to go, where they're going to stay, what they're going to experience, and so the role of the travel professional is still very important, and we want to make sure that travel professionals who are helping to represent the Jumeirah brand to their customers are well informed about their experiences in the Jumeirah hotel.
Are you also engaging with people on social media?
We definitely do, yes. Social media was already a fast-growing trend, I think, for the travel industry generally, and the pandemic really just accelerated that growth. So for us, social media is focused on 2 primary things of importance. One is around making sure that we've got really great content on our social media platforms, whether that's be photography or video content that can be used to inspire customers who are dreaming about traveling to a destination and really want that inspirational dreaming content. but we're also focusing on making sure that through our social channels we're providing engagement with those communities that are part of those social networks, and so helping to use the channel almost to answer directly questions from customers who are considering one of our hotels, to make sure that they can get all the information that they need to make their confirmed decision to book and stay with us.
Absolutely. So, do weddings and all also feature? Do you get a lot of requests for weddings? Because Dubai, all of us are really fascinated.
We do, yes, and we've had a lot of experience over the years in helping to create and design some really impressive large-scale weddings, particularly in Dubai, because in Dubai we have a number of facilities which are ideally catered to those larger Indian celebrations, whether it be weddings or other lifetime moments like big birthdays, etc. And what we're finding now is that some of our newer hotels are becoming incredibly popular for those weddings as well. So for this year, two, I think, were our most popular hotels that are being considered for Indian weddings. One is Jumeirah Muscat in Oman, and that hotel has only been open, would you believe, for only 6 weeks, and we've already confirmed 4 large Indian weddings for that property. And in the next 6 weeks ahead, we have the opening of Jumeirah Bahrain, and that's another property. It's a beachfront resort property that has a wealth of different event spaces, both inside event spaces and exterior spaces around the resort. And that property is already receiving a number of big inquiries.
So when you say that you've been opening and launching so many hotels and restaurants, hotels and resorts, what have been your challenges in doing so, and what has been your biggest accomplishment?
The growth of the brand, we've been fortunate that a lot of the initiatives that we start that have come to fruition now, like the Maldives, like Bali, like Muscat, were all initiatives that were in planning before COVID. So we're lucky that we've now got a number of different openings that are happening just now that are coming in a quite quick succession that perhaps would have been more spread out had it not been for COVID. So one of the challenges has been just actually the number of different openings we've had over the last few years, but it's also a great opportunity for us to be in new places, engage with new customers. So the challenge is also a little bit of an opportunity.
What was the impact of COVID on your business?
COVID impacted the travel industry at large, very significantly, and so we saw that impact hitting different levels of severity in different locations that we operated in. We were really fortunate that the government of Dubai took a very positive and proactive stance in managing the pandemic in Dubai, and so Dubai was one of the first markets to recover and has recovered very, very quickly. And so we were able to use the learnings from that to be able to replicate those through other destinations. We were very, very fortunate to also work with independent agencies to help with the safety certification of our initiatives. So, for example, Jumeirah Al Naseem in Dubai was the first hotel in the world to be awarded with a Bureau Veritas recognition for our safety protocols, and so we took those learnings, we were able to expand those into all of the hotels we operated very, very, very quickly.
Okay. So you just told me that you opened a hotel in Oman, Bahrain, Maldives last year in October. So how do you select, what goes behind the selection of a particular location or a city? Is that a strategic move, or how is it based on market? How does it happen?
Yes, so Jumeirah, we have a vision to be recognized as one of the top 5 luxury hotel brands in the world. And so the quality of the properties in our new locations is incredibly important. When we add a new hotel into the portfolio, we want to make sure it is helping to challenge the new norm for luxury and guest experience, so equal to or better than the existing hotels we have in the portfolio. So when we're choosing locations, we're looking for locations that really have the space in the market to be able to have that ultra premium luxury proposition. But in terms of choosing the locations, what we tend to be focusing on is understanding where our most frequent guests are also traveling to, where there is not a Jumeirah hotel currently. So we look at our top 5 to 10 source markets, India being one of our top 10 source markets, and we're assessing where are the other destinations where the traveller from that source market is also going regularly, and that's helping to create the vision of where we were going to go to next.
Who is your biggest competitor? in your market? Who do you consider?
We look at a number of different brands, and those brands are different in all the different locations that we would operate in. And that's a question that I'm actually more often asking our customers. When you're considering a stay in Jumeirah, where else or what other brand would you be considering? So I find that our customers are the best person to answer that question. And when I talk to customers, even on this trip, they may be saying brands like Four Seasons or Mandarin Oriental or Aman, but I'm really looking to hear from our customers what they're telling me when I ask that question.
That was a smart answer, I would say. Okay. So where do you see the brand going in the next 5 years? Maybe what's your vision for the brand?
Our vision for our brand is two things really. One is to continue the growth at a similar pace that we have had over the last few years, adding 1 to 2 hotels potentially every year as we get larger. The success for us is actually not about the number of hotels that we have or the number of keys that we have under management. Success for us is around that competitive positioning and being seen as one of those top 5 luxury hotel brands on a global scale.
I'm sure you must have interacted with a lot of Indians who come and visit. I think is the greatest pull for them coming to Jumeirah?
The greatest pull, I believe, is the same as it probably is for the other top markets that we have. It's about the diversity of the offering that we have in the destinations that we operate in, particularly Dubai. When you think about Dubai with 12 hotels that we have there, we really do have something for everyone. Whether that's somebody who is coming for a business trip or a blending business and leisure and wants to stay for a longer period of time. We've got our city centre hotels, we've got our Jumeirah Living brand, which is our extended stay brand, or somebody who's coming for a special occasion and wants to really have that wow experience at somewhere like Burj Al Arab.
Anything that you want to add from your side? Like I've been asking you questions, but you've been tied to that question. Anything you want to say from your side, which you feel that nobody's asked till now, and I really want to put that out?
Yeah, I think one of the trends that we haven't talked about is the growing trend for having a villa stay experience within a hotel environment. We've always had villa product within our portfolio. In Dubai, for example, we have villas at Jumeirah Beach Hotel, which are called our Beit Al Bahar villas. At Madinat Jumeirah, we have Malakia villas. And at Zabil Zaran the Palm, we have our royal residences, which are 4 and 5 bedroom villas. Throughout the pandemic, and we've seen it continue, we've seen a significant increase in the demand for that product, where families want to come together and experience their luxury resort proposition, but with their own personal space of a villa.
You're right, that their own space and with their own families. And in India, we have big families.
Yes, that's right.
Everybody wants to stay together.
Yeah, and I think that also then resulted in a number of new additions, like the properties and like Sariyat Island.
Yes, exactly. So in addition to the properties we have in Dubai that have a villa component, we also have villas in Sariyat Island in Abu Dhabi. And this year we actually just added a brand new 5-bedroom beachfront villa, which is absolutely stunning. But also across the portfolio, we now have some properties which are all villa. So Bali, for example, 123 all villas, 123 different independent villas within the resort, and even the Maldives where we have all villa as well. So not only do we have villas within our hotel complexes, but we also have now hotels which are actually all villa propositions.
Great. I heard one very interesting thing about technology that we're using in your hotel called e-butler.
Yes.
I would want to know.
You would like to know more about it? Well, during the pandemic, one of the trends that we saw is a slight caution of customers to have that personal interaction with service staff around the hotels, whether that be front office, concierge, within food and beverage. And so we very quickly developed some customized applications to be able to help with that. And that was eButler, eConcierge, and eMenu. So the eButler product is a product we developed ourselves that allows our customers to chat with our service teams using the inherent application on their phone. So whether that be WhatsApp or WeChat, they're able to chat with our service teams and request anything that they need. Anything they would, same as they would if they picked up the phone or if they went to speak to somebody in person. What's unique about that app is that it has a very sophisticated translation engine within the app. So we're finding that even now, post-pandemic, when we have a little bit more normalization in consumer behavior, customers are still tending to use that if they don't have the confidence the language confidence to interact with the local team. So whether you be in Italy or Spain or in China in Mandarin or in the Middle East, you can communicate in your native language, and we can receive that in the localized language that the team have. We can respond in our localized language, and it's translated back into, say, Hindi, for example. And so for customers who are a little less confident with language, they're finding it really effective to get the high levels of service that they really want when they have specific things that they need. E-concierge is really about having a platform to curate and help with the planning of the broader trip experience in the destination that we have a hotel. So our concierges are experts in what they do, whether that be planning restaurant reservations, theatre trips, spa treatments, excursions, etc. And what eButler does, it allows customers to be able to interact with the concierge directly through the platform, as well as be able to see a customized itinerary of all the things that are getting booked for them and make changes to their booking in a self-service way. And then finally, eMenu is a way for customers to be able to actually look at our menus for either our restaurants or even more popular, actually more broadly, around our beaches and our swimming pools and the wider resort areas, to be able to see the menu, but also instantly order items off the menu using their telephone. And when they order those items, the system is able to see exactly where the customer is and be able to bring those food items directly to their location. So we have geolocation technology within the app. So I could sit anywhere on the 2.5-kilometer beach at Madinat Jumeirah and decide it's time for me to order that club sandwich and a beverage of my choice. I can order it very quickly and efficiently, and those items come right to where I am.
Wow, I would call it like an innovation in hotel tech.
Yes, exactly.
Super. So I am asking Jumeirah Group's Chief Commercial Officer, which is his favorite property?
Terrible.
Asking Jumeirah Group's Chief Commercial Officer which is his favorite property is probably the toughest question of the day. I'm going to answer it with two favorite hotels. So the inspiration of the Jumeirah brand is really born out of the Burj Al Arab. We created the world's most luxurious hotel. We think about things very differently and the detail we have behind our service. So I always see Burj Al Arab as being one of my inspirations. Every time I walk into that hotel and I step into the iconic atrium lobby and I see the colors and the aquarium and everything, it's always inspiring. And the level of detail and service that our colleagues in that hotel do to deliver and delight to our guests every day, I find it truly inspirational. So Burj Al Arab is always my inspiration. But I also have another hotel which is a little bit close to my heart as well, because 12 years ago when I moved to Dubai for the first time, having never been to Dubai before, I had the privilege to be able to stay at Jumeirah Emirates Towers, one of our city hotels, for the first part of my relocation stay in Dubai. And it's a time when I moved to Dubai with my family, and at the time I had a very small baby, my daughter, and so all of my first memories of Dubai, the first time of doing lots of different things, were all while I was staying at Jumeirah Emirates Towers. So I always have a special spot in my heart for Emirates Towers as well.
And then explain about all the what are the unique aspects of our resort, because it's a new property for Jumeirah in the Maldives. We only opened in October 1st last year.
October 1st
Yeah,
last year.
yeah.
So do you see any COVID impact there? Like the pandemic has it affected your business because you started in pandemic?
Yeah, we actually opened in October, so this was where the world was settling into the new normal. So we have been to a great start ever since we opened on 1st of October, and then this year has been a great year for us as well. We've seen a new appetite for travelers. Maldives is a very top destination, so there is an increased demand for Maldives globally, and particularly from Indian market as well.
So India, in the Indian market, where do you see the demand from? The cosmopolitan cities or the tier 2, tier 3 cities also you are targeting?
We are targeting, we work with our B2B partners in India, and then we target in top tier cities as well as tier 2 cities. We work with our amazing partners in India where they also reach to their sub-agents, and we work very closely with all our stakeholders in India.
Would you like to tell us about the USP of your resort?
Absolutely. It's actually an all-villa resort, very luxury, and situated in North Mali Atoll, so 50 minutes by easily accessible by speedboat. We do offer our guests luxury speedboats as mode of transfer. It's also available by seaplane. We do have elegantly designed 1, 2 and 3 bedroom villas, both over water and on beach. We have one of the largest villas in the Maldives. Our entry villa type is 110 square meters, and then our 3 bedroom is 1,000 square meters in size. So we have a beautiful rooftop, which is one of the most unique in the Maldives as well. Our rooftops are beautifully designed, and then we do cinema under the stars. We have barbecue private dinners. We also have spa experiences that we do in our villas as well.
These are the unique experiences that
Yes,
you would offer.
right. And additionally, we do have, it's also the home for Tali Spa, our Jumeriah owned spa brand. We have a beautiful all-water spa, which offers 6 double private treatment rooms. And then we have variety of spa activities from meditation, yoga to spa treatments, which can even last for 3 hours with a series of combinations.
So there are so many luxury resorts in Maldives, which is known for having a luxurious experience.
Right.
Why would people come to Jumeirah property?
We are actually a unique property where we are situated in a strategic location in North Mali Atoll, easily accessible from the airport. And then we also sit on a beautiful natural island. We have a really amazing beach. Our villas are one of the most spacious. We have a fantastic lagoon on either side, and there is a great natural house reef where you can go and then snorkel and then enjoy the underwater beauty with lots of marine species. And then we have great diving spots close by to the island where we access 25 various diving spots, and then we offer lots of activities for all type of travelers, for honeymooners, single travelers, groups, as well as multi-generational travelers.
That sounds really overwhelming,
Yeah,
to say
yeah.
the least. So how do you plan to promote all this in India?
We actually put a lot of attractive offers and then create special experiences to attract Indian customers. And then we also, to add to our unique offerings, when we did open our property in October last year, we also brought in our signature restaurant concepts, which is Shimmers and Kato. Shimmers is our Greek Mediterranean restaurant, and then Kato is our Japanese Peruvian Nikkei cuisine that we offer on the island, which has been very well received by our guests. Additionally, we do also have highly skilled chefs on the island. A lot of them are from India, so very familiar with Indian cuisine, and then we are fully equipped to cater to various dietary requirements, especially for Indian guests.
Really nice. So when we talk about food, I would want you to elaborate a little more on the cuisines.
Yeah.
What exactly are the offerings?
Yeah.
And do you also plan to add something more
Yes,
in the future?
absolutely. Food is actually signature dining restaurant concepts is one of our brand pillars as well. So addition to these signature restaurants, we do also have introduced various theme evenings whether it is a Maldivian theme night to show a bit of Maldives culture and tradition as well. And then we recently has launched Indian Thali family experience at our restaurants, which again has been amazingly received by our guests. Additionally, we do have personalized butler service on the island, where every guest is looked after by a butler, and it's so personalized. They're the experience curators, so they do make sure that the guests are looked after, and then all the experiences during the whole week or during their whole stay with us is customized based on the guest requirement. Our chefs do go out of their way and then individually connect with our guests and then try and create individual menus and then special evenings based on their personal preferences.
Do you also receive requests for weddings?
We do. Maldives is actually now becoming a popular destination for wedding. We do receive requests for wedding and full buyouts as well. Our resort is very attractive for buyouts and wedding as a destination wedding venue. We have beautiful beaches where we can do gala dinners. We have fantastic event space where we can do special evening arrangements, entertainment to cater for individual requirements.
What is the USP of the property?
So Jumeirah Emirates Towers as a hotel is iconic, and being in the region for 22 years. So many towers have come over the years, but Jumeirah Emirates Towers architectural design does keep attracting. So when you go on the Sheikh Zayed Road in Dubai, you cannot miss Jumeirah Emirates Towers Hotel. In terms of USP, I always say that the first time a guest will enter the hotel looking at the pictures and beautiful videos of the property, but the second time the guests will come in because of the exceptional service delivered by our colleagues. So we believe that people are core of our business, and I think they have the key to a successful business, and I think that's our USP, I would say.
During these last 2 years, there's this onslaught of COVID, this pandemic. How has it affected your business? If you could just give us some kind of how you've dealt with it and what kind of measures you've taken.
I think we are very blessed to be in Dubai, because I think the way UAE government handled the pandemic with the right protocols at the right timing, and I think we were always open, right? We had a lockdown maybe in April, and then we had a slow season in June, July, August, but September 2020 we were open for the world. We were the first city to open for tourism, right? And I think it clearly showed with our numbers that, because we did not just open up, we opened up with the right preparation. As a destination, Dubai as a destination, Jumeirah as a company, and I think we worked hand in hand with the tourism board and the health regulation, because for us the paramount importance was health and safety, not only of our guests but also of our colleagues. So I think we operated very well throughout the COVID, and last year we almost kind of recovered throughout the pandemic, and I think this year we have exceeded 2019 numbers, so it's an exceptional year for us.
So you're looking to expand in India. How do you plan to promote the entire group's initiatives and what you're doing in Jumeirah here in India? How do you want to entice Indians?
I think Jumeirah Group is very popular in India. Anyone visiting from India to Dubai definitely sees different Jumeirah hotels. It's part of like a checklist or a bucket list. But I think what we are trying to do right now is we are trying to engage with our partners personally in India. So we are meeting all our partners personally so that we build upon that relationship in order to expand the awareness in Indian market. And I think that's what we are doing, that's what we are here for. But as I said, Jumeirah Group is very well known within Indian market.
So what has changed? Like, is there any new add-on that you've put in the property? Is there any new technology-led development that has happened, which you think will attract more Indians there?
In the last couple of years, I think one big addition is in the complex is Museum of the Future, the most beautiful building on the earth. The latest activation is Dubai, is right in front of the hotel. And we have managed to connect the Museum of the Future to the hotel with an air-conditioned bridge. We've also taken that air-conditioned bridge and connected with Dubai Metro, right? So it's all connected within. So in terms of convenience of moving within the city has become much easier. So you go one stop on the right is World Trade Center, where you have the biggest exhibition. You go one side on the left, you are in Dubai Mall, which is the biggest mall in Dubai, right? Apart from that, in terms of technological change, we have a couple of, before we had butler service, personal butler service, but now we have something called e-butler service. So you can be within the hotel or outside the hotel, you can chat on 4 different platforms, 8 different language, and you can request anything within the hotel or outside the hotel. And we will make sure our average response time is below 15 seconds on that.
A lot of technology.
Yes, absolutely. I think we have to adapt, right? People will always be the core of the business, but I think we have to add on a bit of technology in order to, because we also want to value our guest time. Because you don't want to call someone, the 3 rings goes on, you get connected from a department to department. We want to make it as seamless as possible.
What is the one unique property that sets Jumeirah Maldives or Jumeirah Emirates stars apart from the group and competitors in this range?
I think all Jumeirah hotels are beautiful, and I think we focus on 3 different philosophies. One is unique architecture, we talk about exceptional service, and we talk about our gastronomical exceptional dining as well. And I think for Emirates Towers I would say is like a flagship business hotel, corporate hotel in Dubai City for Jumeirah Group.
Suppose there was a need for one USP that you want to tell to Indians to come to Jumeirah, what would that be? Would that be food, the property, or something else?
I think the convenience. I think our location is very strategic. So if you are there for MICE and corporate, you are next to the exhibition center. Internally we have 16 meeting rooms, ballroom to cater for corporate groups. If you're coming for leisure, 5 minutes you are away from Dubai Mall, right? So for me, I think, plus also you're close to financial center where we have many options in terms of restaurant. Within the hotel, we have 12 different outlets. So for me, I think that can attract any clientele, whether you talk about. On top of that, we also have 2 exceptional outdoor venue, even for a big Indian wedding, which we can cater up to.
So you are getting requests for Indian weddings?
I think we, especially from October to April, we have 2 venues between the towers, which has, on one side the view is Museum of the Future, on the other side is Dubai International Financial Center. So we're getting a lot of leads for those spaces. Those spaces are really highly in demand.
So I had a question which said, how do you create memorable experience for the guests? But I think you've answered it all by saying that less than 15 seconds turnaround time. It's unbelievable.
Right, absolutely. And I think you have to, right? Because today, especially the guests we deal with, they don't have the space, they don't have the time. They are also in back-to-back meetings, right? So yeah, absolutely, the patience is reduced over the years. So I think in order to make sure that they get to the meetings at the right time, that they have a productive day, we have to be prepared behind the scene as well for that.
How long have you been associated with the group?
Jumeirah Group, I've been working for the last 18 years. Blessed to work in 4 different unique properties within Dubai.
Which is your favorite corner of the entire property?
In my hotel?
Yes.
I think our club executive lounge is on the 42nd floor. And I think once in a while, during the day, if I want to take a walk, I kind of go through steps and I kind of go to this space. And from 42nd floor, you actually see the entire Sheikh Zayed Road. And you can see whether there's traffic moving, but it gives an inspiration for me, I think, on day to day, that I'm really working in the most iconic hotel in Dubai.